Okay, these are your video notes for polynomials. Went over this yesterday in class, but here's some more notes. Remember, raise your hand as you're watching this in class if you have any questions. All right, so the beginning is some vocabulary. Monomial, again, that's a number, a variable, or a product of a number and one or more variables. So the clue here is it could be a negative in front, but otherwise you won't see any signs. So write some examples down. For example, 4x is a monomial. 20x squared y w to the third, that's all one monomial. Negative 3 is a monomial. A squared b cubed is a monomial. And 3yz is a monomial. Binomials are two monomials added or subtracted. So what you see here is two terms with a sign in between them, a plus or a minus. So 3x minus 12 is a binomial. 3x to the fourth plus 6 is a binomial. And x squared plus y squared is a binomial. Make sure you have these examples written down in your notes. Trinomials is three monomials added or subtracted. Again, you're going to see a plus or a minus in between the terms. So one example is 2x squared plus 4x minus 5. That is a trinomial. And then the next one, negative x squared y plus xy plus xy squared. Notice they're not like terms. That is a trinomial. You cannot combine those. They don't have the same exponents. And then a polynomial is just going to be one or more monomials added or subtracted. Remember, binomials and trinomials are also called polynomials. And then also more than two or three terms is also considered a polynomial. And then right down here, oops, let me go back. So there's examples of polynomials at the bottom. There's a four-term one, 4x plus 6x squared. Actually, that's a two-term, that's a binomial. And then 20xy minus 4, that's a polynomial. 3a squared minus 5a plus 4, that's a polynomial. Even though it's three terms, we can also be more specific and call it a trinomial, but it's still also a binomial or a polynomial. All right, like terms. Again, the definition is there for you on your notes, but it refers to monomials that have the same variable or variables, but may have different coefficients. Remember, the coefficient is the big number in front of variables. The variables in the terms must have the same exponents or the same power. So, which terms are like in this example here? I want you to write them in the box. Take a look and then write them in the box. All right, 4ab squared and negative 5ab squared are like. Even though the others have the same variables, the exponents are not the same. So 3a squared b equals 3ab, which is different from 4ab squared, which is 4abb, if you were to write it out the expanded way. All right. Constants are like terms. So a number without a variable, obviously they're going to be added or subtracted. All right, I want you to hit pause on your laptop, and I want you to do the three examples at the bottom of your page right there. Tell me which terms are like, write them on the line, and then turn it back on and check your work. If you have any questions on these, make sure you raise your hand and get those cleared up right away. All right. Before you do this part, go ahead and using a highlighter or a pencil or a pen, I want you to shade in the boxes that are like terms to the first term. So 41, which of those four terms are like it? You can either just shade it in or circle it. I don't care. All right, then the next one, 5x, shade the correct one in that's like it. 3x squared, shade the correct one that is like it on the third, and then fourth one, shade the correct one in. And then we're going to add polynomials. So again, we talked about this yesterday, but when we're adding polynomials, you are combining like terms. So this is a trinomial and a binomial. Step one, we're going to underline the like terms or box them or circle them, whichever you like. So we have x squared and 4x squared. We have the constants 1 and 5. 3x does not have a like term. Step 2 is to add the coefficients of the like terms. Do not change the power of the variables. Remember, when we add like terms, we do not change or do anything to the exponents. So my answer here, I guess I'm putting the answer here. Okay, there it is. So 5x squared plus 3x plus 6. And notice that's in standard form. The highest exponent is first and the constants are last. All right, I want you to try 1, 2, and 3. Hit pause and go ahead and work on those 3 problems. This is just showing you the other way of adding by stacking. We talked about that yesterday too. If you like that way better, you're more than welcome to do it that way as well. This is just another example of stack adding. That one is not in your notes, and feel free to put that one in there if you like, or just move on to the practice problems. These are your practice problems. Oops. I would like for you to hit pause now and add those. So again, hit pause on your computer and add those, get some practice doing it, and then I want you to turn it on and check it before we go to subtracting polynomials. So there's 2 ways that we can subtract. We can, you have to remember to change subtraction to addition. So keep, change, change. You're going to keep the first parentheses. You change the sign in the middle, and then you change the signs of everything inside of parentheses. So here we change the minus to plus, and we change the signs on everything inside. Okay, just change them. I would even cross out the plus and change those to and make them minuses. You can underline or line them up and add, and you're going to add now. And that's your answer. The stacking method. Oops, sorry. You can do the stacking method as well here. The last 3, I want you to hit pause now and work those problems out. And as soon as you're finished the third one, go ahead and turn this back on so you can check them. You should be getting pretty good at this. Make sure you're getting any questions that you have answered. Make sure if you make a mistake, you correct it and you understand where you made your mistake, or again, ask for help so that I can come around and help you today and get this cleared up for you. So hit pause, do them, and then check your work.